Part one, we went to Brandon's Iron Star Fitness Equipment. We went by the gym. We dropped off some parts. We went and looked at the train. And now this is part two of the road trip to the Jet Coders. So I just figured since the first one was already at 45 minutes long, we'll do a part two, and then we'll go on up here so the video won't be so long, so everybody will watch it and stay tuned. So here we go, boys and girls. Let's ride. Let go.
This is us. We gon' fuss and we gon' fight and we gon' roll and live on. So we get charged. We're just having fun. Go out. That's how it's supposed to be.
We better stop. We'll get copyrighted. What's up? What's up? What's up? Yeah, I can't play too much. I'll get copyrighted. Part two of the road trip to the Jet Coders to 1968 C10 parts, all the exhaust and all the cold air intake, the custom cold air intake, and custom exhaust built in shop. So it's all been jet coated and polished. And I'm really excited to see what it looks like. Also, I get to pick up all my sponsor stuff and my dealer stuff for Jet Hot Coat. So I'm looking real forward to this. So if you didn't see part one, I've already posted it. Well, we went live part one. Part one was going to Iron Star Fitness Equipment to drop off a package to be shipped off UPS, and then I got Brandon to do a little tour of his equipment place, and then we did then I showed you the train, the little functional train. Then I showed you the gym. So now this is part two, and we're headed to Jet Hot Coat Performance Coatings, and gonna go pick up these parts, and then we'll come back. I won't go live on the way back, and then when we get back, I get the C10 out, I get it washed, I get it cleaned up, but I gotta paint that LSX engine block. So I washed it down one more time with wax and grease remover before I left. When I get back, I'm gonna tape it up, and I'm gonna paint it black, and then I'm gonna call him and tell him to come get it. And then I got to paint the valve cover, so I got to get that done today as well, so, or have it ready by tomorrow to pick up. So y'all just stay tuned. I appreciate every single one of you. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell if you haven't already. I'd greatly appreciate it. It don't cost a dime to support somebody, and the thing about it is people's probably gonna say, well, that's gym equipment and that's not what I'm here for. And there's Smokey and the Bandit right there. There's Smokey and the Bandit right there. Hide. So anyways, content's content, you know. I'm a true believer. Boy, he needs some airbags on the back of that truck. He got that high country squatty. And I'd be mad because his buddy behind him's drafting him. I bet he feels like that high country's pulling a 90-foot trailer. So, like I said, content's content. You know, I know my shop page says JG Innovation Garage, but if I see some content, I'm gonna give it to you. All right? You know, never know. Somebody might have seen a piece of equipment in there that they've been looking for, and they needed to complete their gym, or somebody wants to get into fitness, but they don't want to go to the gym and they want to build their own gym. Well, Brandon can build your own gym for you, your own personal gym. He can set you up with the right equipment. Man, that's a pretty truck. Once we get the exhaust, once I get the exhaust on, get the cold air intake on, get everything washed and cleaned up, change the oil. I'm gonna change the drive belt. I'm gonna change the drive belt on the engine. I think it's a little too long. Then I'm going to check the rear end, make sure I got rear end grease in the rear end. We'll check the transmission, make sure we got fluid in the transmission. We'll change the oil in the engine. Change the oil. Check all the nuts and bolts, make sure the rear end's tight. Make sure all the bolts are tight, the rear end's tight, make sure everything's good to go. Make sure the brakes work, double check the brakes, bleed the clutch, bleed the brake, bleed the brakes again, do all that systems check, and then call TKM, call John Boy at TKM and schedule to take the 68 C10 to the dyno and get it took to the dyno and get that scheduled. So probably be on the 68 C10 probably the rest of this week. Well, not the rest of the week, but be on it this week and then go from there. So what's everybody else doing today on Easter Monday? Anybody off today? Who's working? Who's working? Did y'all take Friday off and y'all take Friday off and work on Monday? Or did you work on Friday and take Monday off? Or did you get both days off, Friday and Monday? Or did you take the whole week off? Which one did y'all do? I really don't take no vacation. I probably should, but I don't. Let me ask y'all something. Does anybody watch the Netflix series Last of Us? Anybody watch that? Anybody watch it? Because you're fixing to get a spoiler alert. Why in the world did they kill off Joel? Why did they kill Joel off last night? I mean, the girl shot him in the daggone kneecap with a shotgun. And then she beat him to death she beat him just completely with a daggone number 7 iron. And then Joel just laid there, and then she just stabbed him in the daggone neck. Why do you kill off your main character? That'd be like taking Daryl off of Walking Dead, or Carol, or taking Negan off of Walking Dead. You just don't take your main character off. What in the world's them writers thinking? Unless they're gonna spin it off to a whole nother thing with that little girl and Dina, and they're gonna spin off a whole different dialogue of it. That's the only thing I can think of. But I mean, I can't believe they got rid of Joel. I mean, he's he's one of the main characters. I just knew his brother was going to get gobbled up by old Cauliflower Head. Old Cauliflower Head was going to... I thought old Cauliflower Head was going to get him. He was doing some roasted cauliflower, and he about run out on his daggone... he did run out on his flamethrower. And then he just fell to his knees right there, just fell over. I just knew Joel's brother was going to get it. But no, they took out Joel, the main character. Let that little girl beat him to death with a number 7 iron. Makes no sense to me whatsoever. So, I don't know. Drop it down in the comments what you think. Why do you think they done that? You think they're going to spin it off to something different? And they're going to go after that WSW or what? What was it? WSM? Something like that? I don't know. Now we're in a big town of Asheboro. We headed to Greensboro.
In 6.8 miles, keep left toward Greensboro.
Come on, big dog. Come on. To the Jet Hot Coat. Kind of excited to see how this stuff turns out. So this will be the first time that I've actually seen, well, let me tell you back. This is actually the first time I've used Jet Hot Coat Performance. It's not the first time that I've seen it. I've probably seen it and didn't know it when I was looking at it. But they guarantee that this will not color, change, fall off. Unlike ceramic coat or Cerakote, where it changes colors. And I've had powder coat ceramic done before for headers, and it cooks it right off. So I am very eager to see what this exhaust looks like. The intake, not so much, because it's aluminum, so it don't have no heat or anything like that. So I mean, it does, but it don't have like an exhaust heat. I also stressed on them to be mindful of my clamps, because the clamps are stainless, and I told them if, you know, when they was taking the bolts loose, to make sure don't use an impact or power, you do it by hand, because you'll gouge the threads. What's up, Elko? You'll gouge the threads on stainless, because you got to put anti-seize on stainless and aluminum, because it'll gouge. It'll mess up the thread. So I'm really hoping I'm gonna really have to check every piece to make sure that it's not messed up. So yeah, Elko, we headed. So I'm really excited about that. I already went live, which was part 1, and then we went by the Iron Fitness Gym equipment sales. I had to drop a package off to get shipped.
In 2 miles, keep left toward Greensboro.
Oh yeah, Scoot. Oh yeah. If you don't put anti-seize on the threads of stainless or aluminum, and you go to put, I mean, you can do it by hand, and once that stuff builds up heat, tightening and loosening the bolts, you will gouge or damage the threads, and then it will just seize up and it will lock up, and you're done. And then you got to cut them off, and that is a pain in the butt. So that anti-seize, it's good stuff. I'll have to get me some on the way back, and I just hope that they didn't they seem like they're pretty thorough. So, but I'm still going to check, because hell, people check behind me, so it is what it is.
Use the left 2 lanes to keep left toward Greensboro.
And I emailed, I reached out to the CNC Plasma Table Company. I reached out to them, asked them some
Keep left.
Asked them some questions.
In about 16 miles, continue onto US 220 North.
I had some questions I needed answered, so I shot them an email, and then on the way back, I'm gonna stop at Staples, and I'm gonna print off the instruction manual. It's 72 pages, so it's 72 pages, so I got to get that printed off, and then come on back. What's up, Tulu? Also, I got to thinking about it. I guess I need to get some material for my boy for the CNC plasma table. I guess I need to get, I already have some sheets. I got some 16 gauge. I guess I need to get a 4x sheet of 1/8 inch or 11 gauge. Have it cut in half. I actually have it cut. Well, I thought about that. If I cut it 4x4, it's not going to fit in the table. Hold on, Scoot, we'll try something. We'll try something, Scoot. See if you can comment now. Refresh your page and see if you can comment now. Also, I noticed I watched a video last night of a guy running a table, and I said, well, that ain't gonna work. So I run 2 wires underneath the table that go to the rear modem or to the rear driver servo. I can't do that because if the table was to go that way, so I have to unwire that and get it out from underneath the table. And then reroute that wire to see if that, and then I need to do a systems check before I give anything any power to make sure I got everything right, because I do not want to mess nothing up. And go from there. So what'd you do to fix that issue, Tulu? Budville, we on a road trip. Look at that sky, boys and girls. Look at that sky. Look at that firmament. Look at that firmament. Nope, we're going to Jet Hot Performance Coatings. To pick up the exhaust and the cold air intake. It is done getting jet coated. So we're going to go pick it up. We're going to look at it. I'm going to inspect it really, really good. We're going to get it loaded up, and then we're going to bring it back. So, and then, like I said, when we get up here, we're going to have to inspect it and make sure everything's good to go before we go. So when I get up here, I'll probably what we'll do is when I get here, I'll probably end the video, go in here, get checked in, get the stuff, look at it, look it over really, really good, because it's a lot of money. A lot of time, a lot of work, a lot of money. Look at it, make sure everything's good, and then after it's done, I'll probably just do a reel, probably just do a 3-minute reel, and then go from there, and then come back to the shop and get everything squared away on that, and then do another live talking about the product, and then install it, and then go from there. So yeah, this is part 2, Daniel. everything's going pretty good when you get on exit 89. It's the climax and the high point of the drive. I mean, that's a good road trip right here. When you get to exit 89, you hit the climax of the high point. So it's pretty good to know. If y'all didn't know, now you know. That was good. That was good. So my buddy Derek Pinckney, his book came out April 8th, and he's already mailed me a book. So when I get that book, his memoir, or whatever how you gonna say it, when I get his book, I'm gonna do a video on that. I'll drop the link down in the comment section when I do a video. He is a United States Army veteran, Purple Heart recipient, and I'm real eager about this book. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't sit down and read a book like just, oh, let me read this book. So for me to tell you this, I don't say this lightly. I'm going to read this book because this is going to give me some stuff, some backstory that I probably didn't know about my brother Derek. And I'm looking forward to it. Also, I've read books, you know, in college and stuff like that because of college. But for me, just say, hey, I'm gonna go read a book. The only other book that I'm gonna say I made myself read is my buddy Chris Kyle. I read that book, The American Sniper. I read that book, that little paperback. I read it too. So so that's funny, TJ. So like I said, the book ought to be here in the next few days. And like I said, I'll do an unboxing of it. I'll show you the book. I'll drop the link. He said you can get the book on Amazon, so I'll drop the link in the book for Amazon. And I would greatly appreciate it if you would consider getting.
In 2 miles, continue onto US 220 North.
I would greatly appreciate you consider getting the book and actually reading the book. And if you're a military personnel, retired, active, reserved, or whatever, I would highly suggest you get it as well and read it, because there might be some trials and tribulations in there that you are going through right now and you don't know how to handle it, you don't know how to deal with it. And maybe Derek had the same issues and he overcame them, and he put his thoughts, his feelings, his adventures, his heartbreak, his motivation, he put pen to paper, and then it's in the book, and maybe that will help somebody. Maybe that'll help somebody, you know what I mean? So it will be Amazon. So when I get the book, I should get it this week. He sent me one, but then I will have the name of the book. I'll have the ISB number of the book. I'll have every bit of that stuff.
Use the left 2 lanes to continue onto US 220 North.
I will have every bit of that, so I can go to Amazon, find the link, put the link in the thing in a video just for that book, and go from there. So I don't know. I know what the book's called right now.
Continue.
But I don't say it because I don't want to say the wrong thing. So you can't run LS3 heads on a 5.3 because it's not a 4-inch bore. So you got to think of that too. You got to get a plan together. What do you want to do, parts wise? You know, stuff like that. They're all good for drivability. I mean, all of them. 4.8, 5.3, 6.0. If you get fly-by-wire, then you're going to need the gas pedal. And you're going to need the tack module. If you get fly-by-cable, you still need the gas pedal, or you can modify it like 84 did. Hey, 84 said, "You're thinking too much." Yeah, you can go down a rabbit hole, that's for sure. I don't think I got my other keys in my pocket. All right, so boys and girls, I'm here. So let me show you. All right, boys and girls, we're here. It's another 44 minutes. I mean, literally, ain't got hardly no parking. All right, boys and girls, I believe I'm gonna get off here. We're gonna end this video. I'm gonna go in here and check my parts out, and then we'll go from there, and then I'll be back in a little bit, show you what got going on. So remember what I said, boys and girls, don't worry about the man up the road or down the road. Sweep off your own front porch while sweeping off anybody else's. Put God first, let loose and drag. Peace, up, and chin grace, I'm out.